Okay, I'm recording myself because I can't put it, I'm not able to put it in any other way as to why we need to do this exact same way that I'm explaining. It took me many, many years to understand that the King James Version of the Bible was a medieval apocrypha. It took many, 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 many years. I was able to determine that from Genesis 1:9. And the description of Pangea you can see on TV and made sense out of that with the globe. And so from 1976, having been born after with that on the TV, and hey, this is how it worked out, we had that. We learned everything we needed, except for how to close a cult because the Bible's medieval. And you've never been explained that. Got questions that cult on the internet. Turn off, guys. Turn off. Trying to get you guys to turn off. Turn off for being a cult. Stop with the Bible. So I'm recording myself, preparing to say, hey, just go to my website. You do not actually have a Bible. You have a false legend of a false book in English. Got questions, not cult. Because it is only a false legend in a false language of English. The Bible itself, I can't do anything but record myself and explain that to you. And yes, 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 that Bible was in print too long. Is why I'm only able to record myself and explain this to you guys. Got questions? That cult on the internet supposed ministry that Bible was in print too long at 6,000 because the earth's never been 6,000. You're not much up there. The and that is the case with anyone with that book in print. All of them. All Bibles. Get rid of all Bibles because you even have them right now. In the year 2020, you got a Jewish sort of legend, sort of, and you have this really weird medieval invalid book that's part of a 200,000 apocryphal puzzle piece is what you're working with. You're working with, you've never should have had the book. You never should have had the Bible. And then you all of your apocrypha. There's over 200,000 I accounted for on YouTube or Facebook. There are over 200,000 pieces of apocrypha, and then within all of the research I've done, all of the books you keep writing and all of the bullshit, we're going to keep going with the same various. Here's my response to cult on internet, because I am go back to 1611 and repair it at 1611. Okay, you followed a legend from 1611. And then red letter legend, you're a legend into the expositors 2005, 2010 legend books is what you did. Got questions, cult on the internet. And it's a legend from 1859. No, not even joking. Tracks you down in the numerical Bible, which is a legend in English, and all of the Bibles in print beside it. All Bibles in print got questions that cult in the internet. Get all Bibles in print, put them out, and get rid of them. Because you ran into me and you have a cult on the internet. Your Bible be medieval. 1611 still. Get it out of print at 1611 and set it and be done. And know that the reason it's not in your school is because you still teach it with legend. Follow me to restore your school systems and explain how the Earth actually formed from geology, because I'm a geologist. And We have this immoral and incompetent cult that can't turn off on the internet in the year 2020, who can't see through their own bullshit of a legend of Jesus is a way of saying reality, 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 reality is what we have on the internet in the year 2020. Reality, 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 reality. The 1611 Bible remained in print too long. At 1611, hey, it's a cool book. Compare it with the Book of Baruch, and compare it with, hey, oh, here's one we'll compare. Let me go grab my coffee. Da, 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 da. I already had handwrote this one mostly. And it looks like this because I used it and not because it sat on the floor of my backseat of my car or anything like that. I even ripped a page out on accident. I've turned the page so many times it was just going to flutter out. And it looks like this because I handwrote it all. And confirmed that the 1611 Bible was to get rid of because this is also medieval and valid. This is also medieval and valid. So we're going to go through about $6 million of books like this over the next 7 years. However, you're going to, over the next 24 hours, see me just make a big style of them. You followed a medieval legend in print. You followed a medieval legend. I tracked you down in the book. All the books are all medieval and ballads. Let's call it at that. Cult at the internet in the year 2020. This is medieval. In the year 2020, this is medieval. And in the year 2020, this is invalid because it's in print. So, it being that I'm going through about $6 million worth of shit and say, this be invalid in print because of what it said right here, and you didn't do it at God. With the 6,000 year earth cult, it's going to look like that, and it's going to fill this room up with this be invalid in medievalville because you put 4004 BC somewhere. And that's not valid. That's not valid. In fact, in this one, it says God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. So you followed a medieval and valid legend from 1650 when you use this book. Hey, this is a story of creation. Why don't we use it for creation? Is what I thought. Genesis 1:9 probably meant Pangea, right? Where it said all of the water collected into one spot, a single basin. And in order that dry land would appear when you read all of these together like that. Welcome to the OTO. There's nothing but the. You can actually think your way out of the Bible if you learn it and handwrite it. But it's not in your schools because you don't know it's medieval. And it's not in your schools because you don't know it's a magic poofing. And it's not in your schools because you've never ever once upon a time taken it seriously. God and Moses spoke face to face. I'm going to handwrite every verse of the Bible beside that and see how it worked out at that. And then GodQuestions.org. Every verse of the Bible and all Bibles in print now. That's actually the final judgment. It's finally been accomplished. GodQuestions.org. We have to get this out of print because of what I've done for you. GodQuestions.cult on the internet. I've got over 6 million invested into all of these, and it's only for 3 verses now. God and Moses speaking face to face. You're all medieval and valid stupids now. GodQuestions.cult. It's all of them. So over here is Jehovah face to face with Moses, and in this one, we're gonna have to make a lot of sense out of a lot of things. And I got Satan chained up to my bed dog downstairs. Shit. This is so you're scared of looking at God face to face? What does this say? Jewish Study Bible. Wonder if we should take this seriously. Did God magically poof us 6,000 years ago when I compared it to Kenoic Man 9,200 year fossil record? And they got Auschwitz and Dachau. Which one was better? In 1946, you got the Dead Sea Scrolls that this told you was medieval. Yeshua the Messiah and Yosef transported what got into this to the second temple, and you can read from the Dead Sea Scrolls if you had them, but you can't. Uh, you had to put two and two together. But, oh shit, we've had this in here for that long. From Kenoic Man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. That's definitely medieval. When you look at it like, yeah, how long are you going to have to use this book to keep it on it? No, this has to be gotten rid of. So that's what this said. God and Moses spoke face to face. It has to be gotten rid of now. Let the waters bring forth the swarms of living creatures. So remember the primordial ooze. It did or did not happen. Yeah, this is with the primordial ooze picture you can't look through. Right here, God and Moses spoke face to face. You got nothing up there. God and Moses spoke face to face. Let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures. And we saw it like that. And birds that fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. I really prefer my description of pterodactyl on the back of T-Rex. Second down, no life sciences fossil remain of a flea that's older than the James Ussher chronology. That he's scared to admit that it wasn't feeding off of plant fluid and it's old. Oh, I got something I'm looking at. It's older than the James Ussher chronology. I better go running scared and collapse the cult with it. He even got, they found, wow, you fucking idiots, found the sexes in 9 of those fossil remains of fleas older than the James Ussher chronology. You can't figure it out. Wow. Jews loved you with the book you can't read, guys. It said Study Bible and Tanakh and a few other words on it. And it had the letter Hey on the cover. And wherever you don't see the letter Hey, you needed to go running. Oh, fuck, I better get rid of this book at that. And because in the year 2020, all you had to know was that the 6 and 7 books of Moses, God did on that, like not knowing that he was albino and things like that with the Kabbalah, Quell theory, and all of that bullshit that the Jews made up also with this book and Sacred Magic Animal and the Mage. Welcome to the OTO. You got a cult on the internet. That was a good one. It's a Jew in it. Oh, it did. During the 90s, you had all of this bullshit. Oh, I'm going to make that little brain work a little bit better with that inner voice that drives you batshit crazy. But you did it all wrong. You did it all wrong, and you voted and bullshit like that, and you kept that book in print for far too long. And God Moses not speaking face to face on the earth is 6,000 years of age. Wow. Let's put that to and juggle a little bit and see how long we can make that one not last. God and Moses spoke face to face 2 whole times, and we have 200 sometimes more chronologists to go back to and say, that was a really dumb use of that book. Why'd we do that? That invalidated the whole fucking story. Got questions on cult on the internet. It invalidated the whole story because it meant that it was medieval and valid after the false deductive point. Welcome to the medieval invalidation of the internet in the year 99 when you were there. See, you medievally invalidated the whole internet at 6,099, guys. So in 99, when they grew up from furries in San Francisco, they did, and they even celebrate it still today. And yeah, the homosexual reunification of it. The Supreme Court took care of that, so I'll take care of this for you. You're too dumb for the Bible. You followed a legend, and it told you that. sense. So get rid of it at that, because the Bible looked like this when we're done with it. That's why I got to record to myself and explain to you that God is in it if you look for him, and get rid of it at that. Because the rest of the Bible's invalid after God. 2 verses, we're done. So let's read. You have an invalid story, you have a book, an invalid Deuteronomy 34:10, just invalid. Because of why? Because it's not explained with the James Ussher chronology or anything like that. It is explained with the Dead Sea Scrolls elsewhere, sort of. But you're all in hell and you can't figure it out that this isn't for real. The Dead Sea Scroll, one Dead Sea Scroll. This isn't for real. That got questions I called on the internet. One Dead Sea Scroll. This isn't for real. One single Dead Sea Scroll. Why isn't this for real? It says Jewish on it. Why isn't this for real? Because of one Dead Sea Scroll and it says Jewish on it. One Dead Sea Scroll, Jewish on it. Says it. One Dead Sea Scroll. Did you study it correct? The one Dead Sea Scroll, is God not in this one? Let's read it. Be careful of Jewish scripture. You're fucking with the medieval manuscript, idiots. Saying God magically poofed 6,000 years ago. That didn't happen. So let's read and do this again. Okay? So Kennewick man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. Let me go grab my coffee. I'll explain on Sunday. Yeah, you're really dumb. And you get the legend. Oh, fuck. Got questions that cult on the internet turn off at why? Because having kept this for so long, and God not in it, and the earth at 6,000 years of age didn't happen. So what did actually happen is God and Moses spoke face to face, and Moses wrote down exact verbatim for you when God began to create the heaven and the earth. So 4.543 billion years actually fits. God and Moses spoke face to face. How long is it going to take to solve a Jewish puzzle? The earth being unformed and void. God and Moses spoke face to face. Let's check those verses to see if they understood how to read this book during this era. And we're done. With the whole era up to 1890, then 1980, all the way 1890 through 1985, you're done. 1890 to 1985, you're done with this book. Got questions I got on the internet. 1890 to 1956, you had nothing. 1946, one Dead Sea Scroll, kaplop. You're now. Because of this, because it says Jewish, and you couldn't put it back together from the shattered vessel of Kabbalah. That isn't for real. Which is why we have a cult on the internet who can't accept reality now. So it's kind of boring to quell theory. Yeah, close that one. That's dumb. The grade 8 part of evolution. Yeah. So we already know a lot of things do and do not evolve. Do and do not. Do and do not. Let's talk about evolution while I go grab my coffee for a few minutes. Evolution. Everything else to some point. That is, yeah. Stick a fork in it and say when I'm done. I do a lot. I'm a statistical analysis guy, but you know what doesn't evolve? It would be like the airplane wing. If you called the wing of an airplane, it evolved from you evolved from dope and fabric to the modern jet. No. That's what evolution is. Evolution is you lost statistical process analysis and control of your brain cells and of the how were you even teaching that Bible with a valid message. You taught it with an invalid message of an invalid cross and an invalid legend of an invalid of a medieval invalid, keep repeating in medieval invalid. We got very little with because of 1611 still. And we got everything else to go with. We have all Earth history. We've always known it. We're going to grow up out of the 1611 Bible. How are we going to do that? Well, that's going to require technology because the 1611 Bible is still in existence. And now we need to get rid of it and just be done with that. God and Moses spoke face to face 2 old times, and now your task is to take face to every single verse of the Bible. I don't want to do it for you. I've already done it. That's how I'm explaining it. I don't want to do it for you. Go pray to my dog. He was an albino, by the way. Not only am I pretty sure of that, I'm positive of that. God and Moses speaking face to face 2 old times, and then all of he walked among them references, and Yeshua the Messiah ben Yosef, he was also an albino. No question on that. You're following a Greek, Latin, English, Greek, Latin. It's still English. And you need to turn it off at English. Is what you did. Got questions that with cult on the internet, and no, it's never been. No, it's never been. It's never been 6,000 years. No, when are we going to grow up out of this? Is really, no, it's never been. Shame on you for still thinking that God magically poofed. That was a long time ago. Get over it. We're done with the Bible now. The year's 2020. Need to be done with the Bible because of that one. You're still there? I know you were there in 99, but that expired in 99, actually. The 6,000 year Earth deductive. Okay, we're past 6,000. Get rid of the Bible then. Duh. That's the only good value use of it. Duh. Be done with the Bible because we said 6,000 and can come back behind ourselves and clean up after that. Wow. Got questions, not cult on the internet. That's what that meant. 1650 to the year 2020. That happened. So 4000 BC and 5000 BC happened, and you didn't know how to accept reality after that. And 4000 BC happened when? That was also back then. Isaac Newton, thanks. Because 3500 BC, why don't you understand evolution? Is a legend. After the year 1859, it's always been. Evolution, taking you out of legend, taking you out of great apes grew up to become. We can actually prove some little weird nuances that happened and didn't happen. Now we have real science, but you're really too expensive, too dumb now to accept reality. You can't accept reality for the age of the Alps, the age of the Earth. We spend a lot of money and a lot of energy and all of our life becoming doctors and becoming smarter than you and not magic poofers. And no one thought that, well, maybe that just meant we should get rid of the Bible because you're so dumb now. That's the only way to explain it. You have the Bible still. It's invalid in English. That's the only way I can explain it to you, cult on the internet. That's the only way I can explain it to you. It's on and off at, hey, you still had it? Wow. New Testament. Yeah, that was the problem. On and off. Wow, that's disappointingly different than I was hoping for, to be honest. I'm looking for some food. And I'm trying to make a little fun out of it. Because the 1611 is still in print and you got to get rid of it because of James Ussher. And because it is invalid at the false deductive of the age of the earth, be done religion. Jesus is a medieval invalid, just be done at that. On and off at, hey, Jesus is in the book, but you never handwrote it for God. And Jesus is invalid. God and Moses spoke face to face. Jesus is invalid. He's a timestamp. And you're done. And you're done. And you're done. Recording myself explaining it to you how to get out of the 1611 legend. There you go. Legend, shame on you. Shame on you. Get off the internet. Shame. You've been here too long now. Take it like that. You've been here too long. I know you were there in 99. Take it like that. I watched you grow up and you're still really dumb. And you still are cult. You're still, I got questions about cult on the internet. You're still a cult. They can't read the book properly. With their legend of Jesus from 1859. Cult to turn off in the year 2020 with the Bible itself. Got questions I cult on the internet, explaining for places everywhere. Hey, let's just get the Bible out of print because of a cult on the internet. That would explain every word in it if you used it for reality. Like, when did you teach it wrong? All of them in print. That one does the scroll fragment. And then all your false history beside it. Is a nefarious little wild cult on the internet. I gotta explain it like that. One does see scroll fragment and you got no earth history. Nothing. God doesn't like not being in this book. Go to my website, 4Q377, nullified the entire Bible. Nullified the entire Bible cult on the internet. Every verse in it is invalid. At one Dead Sea Scroll fragment. All of them. It's not a joke. One Dead Sea Scroll fragment. You're nothing but a cult on the internet. Take the Bible away from the church in Rome for one Dead Sea Scroll fragment. Take the Bible away from your cult teacher for one Dead Sea Scroll fragment. Go to my website. You don't need it. You have to put God back into the Bible. Kind of cool. From 4Q377. And then get rid of the Bible forever. Because we have cult on the internet and stop teaching it as Jesus. Get it into our schools for handwritten analysis of, hey, what are we being taught? However, no more Jesus. Legend of Sermon on the Mount didn't happen. You made it up. I suppose that's the only way to make 3 chapters work that just keep going on without, we don't even know when this book was written down and we can't accept reality now. Worked. Following the same English legend thing. Same English legend. A really, really, really dumb one to keep up with. The connective union between the Old and New Testament did not exist. It only existed you didn't understand it, and you kept the Old with this dating of that's invalid, medieval. So we're at entirely medieval, entirely delusional. How in the hell did you keep it at that? Whoa. Oh, all in all, with the Bible still in print. I'm recording this from my website. Gotquestions.org is an internet cult with the Bible still in print. Hey, we can't figure out what year it is except reality. They're a cult on the internet. Because we have a cult on the internet who can't accept reality for real data, and NASA scientists can't use real data to accept reality for them. Hey, this Bible said that, and we got it all wrong at that. Kennewick man, 9,200-year-old fossil, got it all wrong at. I got no story. Other than what were you waiting for to get rid of the Bible when you came back with an old moonwalk rock, guys? You didn't think of that? Why didn't you use that data? I hope we can convince those Christians this old moonwalk is for real. But apparently not. Yeah, they made it up. Yeah, they made up. No, said they're making up their book. Get rid of the book and get rid of them at the same time. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I called on the internet in the year 2020 who can't figure out what year it is with 1611 still in print. And a false deduction of the age of the earth from the 16th century. 1,200 of them. No big surprise. We have to take care of this and get the Bible out of print at that. And record ourselves to, oh, you gotta hear this one out. We have a cult on the internet. That's a no-brainer. They don't have brains. This is actually what happened. Having the Bible in print for so long. At medieval legend of Jesus. So, because the best I can explain is you had it in print too long. It was a medieval legend of 6,000. Also, at New Testament, that invalidated the Old Testament, while it also invalidated the entire English language and New Testament and everything in print because you kept it as legend. Fuck. How do you prove that? You don't. You just accept reality and like gravity work. Yay! Get away, man. 9,200-year-old fossil remain. Is he for real? Yeah, he is. So pterodactyl on the back of T-Rex, you couldn't figure out with null over there. Because you're just a stupid dumb. Having kept the Bible in print so long. God and Moses spoke face to face. You're stupid dumb. God and Moses spoke face to face 2 little times. And all I can do is record myself on YouTube and say, oh, this is for a Facebook movie. And I've done that. We got to turn a cult off and get rid of it and get done with the 6,000-year legend of the Bible. 6,000-year earth legend of the Bible. Let's be done with the Bible because of the James Ussher chronological. Hey, we thought it said that. And get rid of it and accept reality for once. All at once. Just stop use of the Bible because of the false deduction of 6,000-year earth. And now you have a hard time understanding geologic record. You don't have a solid foundation of any education other than the Greek Latin legends you made up about Earth history, how you kept record. The Mesopotamian script, 3,500 BC, is a legitimate 500-year Earth record. Got questions that called. 3,500 BC, 500 whole 4 years. And where'd you get the difference from cave painting to scripted authorship? And you figured out a 500-year Earth legend by handwriting the entire 1611 Bible. Hey, the only place to put God at is every verse. because he's not in the 1611 Bible unless you go, God and Moses spoke face to face. Jesus was a legend. God and Moses spoke face to face. Jesus was a legend. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends, and Jesus remained as a legend, and you got left in hell. God and Moses spoke face to face. The 1611 Bible is invalid because you even have it in print. I'm a little dizzy now. God and Moses spoke face to face. God and Moses spoke face to face. There's never been 6,000 years. You've always had a book you can't read. God and Moses spoke face to face. There's never been 6,000 years. You've always had a book with the legend. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. You always had a book of a legend. Got questions that cult on the internet. Turn it off at because of. Get rid of the Bible in print. Get rid of the Bible in print. I'm Ben David. Seriously, yeah, I am. Whether or not you like it, we gotta get rid of the Bible and go to my website. Pray to my dog after that. Because of God and Moses speaking face to face, and you guys not knowing how to read the book. And to get rid of it at that, you go with cult on the internet and said that didn't mean it. And anything you made up made any sense after that. So Maxwell Diogene, you worked when you're immoral, incompetent Jesus Christ taken off of that legend of Barabbas. Hey, look, I would put my name there, and you're gonna fall flat on your faces with the legend of Barabbas as me. I loved it when the guy was running naked and the stories that Ussher, the Messiah ben Yosef, and you couldn't see that he was an albino in the 1611 legend in English. You guys are so crazy. You're gonna see that Adam and Eve were albino. You guys are so wow. 6,000 year Earth still. You gotta make everything new. Jewish legend, morons. 3760 also. 4000 BC. Trinity College collapsed now. You're medieval. Fuck. You got a cult on the internet. The Earth's not never been 6,000 years. How old are the coconuts there? Right there. You got B-17 flying over there. How many of you did not grow up from great apes at Trinity College? And how many of you did just go jump over and go to Siberia and stay there? And never actually no reserve Siberia for me. Stay away. You're all too dumb for the Bible. Because it's a 6,000 year Earth legend, and there's nothing in it but a legend of Jesus. Trinity College, get out. You're medieval. You have a medieval Bible still. You still have a medieval Bible. You still have a medieval Bible, kids. You still have a medieval Bible. A medieval Bible. Take it at that. You cannot go back into those stories and derive an appropriate age of the Earth. Ever once. It's medieval. Ever once. Children, that's crazy. That's how am I going to pull that record out of how that book being invalid with a false interpretation. And also the world of false interpretation. Hey, yeah, we're going to fuck this thing up. Yeah, I read it. Let's go play with the book of sacred magic. We're rolling the mage, and no wonder why you don't know how to say a prayer. You're a moral retard if you can't read a book with God out of it and with God in it. So it meaning that cult on the internet says God's not face to face. We just have to get rid of the Bible of that because yeah, sure, okay, that's what that didn't say. In two places. Two. God wants back in his book and Jesus out of it. We're done with the legend of Jesus. It's been a long, long legend. Here's a carrot. Did I tell you when I got the Google Easter egg when the Chromebook first came out? That's a cool one. That's a cool story. So I had got my first Chromebook the weekend they came out, and I connected my Android phone to it, and it said, "Hey, I always charge with my MacBook Air, my 11.5 inch." 20-inch MacBook Air. I love that thing, but my Chromebook is so much better. I connected it to my Chromebook. It's all, hey, it's weird things can happen. I forget exactly what it said. So, are you sure you went to? And so the first two times I connected it to charge, I said no. Don't make my computer go weird. And the third time, I decided, you know what, Google's not going to fuck me up too much. You're going to go to the internet right now, and they're too dumb to accept reality. And so what Google provided me with the Google Bible, when they took God out of it, or not, they didn't take God out of it, they took the earth out of it. The Google engineering pulled this one off somehow. I don't know how. Magic Poof Furries. Good job, guys. So as Magic Poof Furries connected my phone, really, really smart Magic Poof Furries in the Silicon Valley connected my phone, and it took me into Google Maps. I said, yeah, okay, I'll go with, and then it took me into this like 1.5 hour role-playing game. And I got the Google Chromebook Easter egg. It put into Google Maps a picture of a alien spaceship right over my house. Right when that came out, it was pretty cool. It was like this really long role playing game, kind of like, well, you don't remember the movie Silence of the Lambs, so you're wrong about that. And you never fucked with this, you're just a moron in a cult, and you forgot that God could magically poof you to furries in the Quran, and you did that. And so they did that to you Christians. God did that through the Quran for having a cult on the internet in 99. I'm accepting the 9/11 jihad, and this descriptive analysis is written 3 times. You've heard of those who broke the Sabbath. Oh, we're done. Sunday, Saturday, you're done. They broke the Sabbath by letting Sunday have the book. Friday, you're done. Sufis, wake up, idiots. You got that book still in print. Get out of the library and do something and read it again. No more buying or selling of books. You run into me, I'm explaining to you you're in hell because you're too dumb for the Bible. Take all of your shit and get rid of it because the Bible is still in print. It's going to collapse your school systems for a while and see what's there. Trinity College needs to collapse. As a school. Finish. Easton Press needs to do the same. Go through everything you printed. collapse the internet. Don't argue with that. Just do that. Yeah, no, we kept a legend of a cult on the internet they can't turn off at. And that's a level set. Hey, let's just go shush of all of our churches because you have a cult on the internet. Got questions, not cult on the internet. Turn it off. Do it. It's time. Handwrite the end of the Bible. I did it for you. It just meant recording myself and say, hey, we got a cult on the internet. And handwriting the fucking King James Version of the Bible since 2006. Finished in 2016. And now I'm in this weird, nefarious, weird, oh yeah, you got it all wrong out. You handwrite the whole Bible and you don't add anything to it and you go back into everyone else's stuff. Oh, we added this. Through the 1611, you made up a legend of Jesus. That's where you're at with that Bible in print. You push the legend of Jesus so far out. Never been about a legend. It's always been, well, Jesus isn't anything but a timestamp. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Jesus was nothing but a timestamp. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. There's not 6,000 years filled up for one. 40,000 year fossil. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. 50,000-year Kona Mount Rainier, 12 million year base. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Does this help you understand the 1 mile across and 1 mile deep, 18 miles across, or how dumb you became from Genesis 1:9 alone, having a medieval legend? God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. You had a medieval legend after that. Jesus, you didn't know what your Bible said. You didn't know what the Hebrew Bible said. We'll never know. The Septuagint and there was the other one. We have to go back into the fifth century bullshit. It's a lot of work. Septuagint, it'll come to me later, Taco. Got questions.cult. Get internet cult, medieval 6,000 year medieval cult on the internet who can't accept reality now. Who's a medieval timestamp from the Cold War era. That's it. After the year 1859, you followed a legend, medieval timestamp from the Cold War era. After the year 1890, apocrypha shot. Goodbye! You followed a legend, little babies. I got questions. I called the gun to turn off now. Wow. How'd you do that? And why can't you accept the reality that that was a legend? Got questions. I called. Jesus. Because the earth's never been 6,000 years of age, Jesus. Earth's never been 6,000 years of age. You never had a connective union proper between the old and the new. We're going to make this work for Jesus. No, make it work for not Jesus and get him out of it. Get him off the cross. Legend of Barabbas shows up. Legend of him documenting that murder or execution, however you want to see it. Uh, go take a bath. 500 years ago, take a bath. Human evolution, you idiot. 6 million year great apes is the most stupid and immoral, incompetent, not scientific theory. Oh yeah, it's a medieval legend. That's what did it. The human evolution. Yeah, it's in that book too. And in the 1992, when I carried on my mission trip, it says we don't believe in evolution. No, I believe in evolution. I know something. I know how evolution works. I've observed it. I have studied it. Evolution. However, evolution itself is a farce. Evolution itself is you get fat, old, and dumb. And you can't figure out why you still have shit running down your legs when you're 35 and I keep running into the wall and you really got the competency of a 2-year-old. In your 30s, married to mating married people. Oh, really? I want to get my dick wet. And making bad decisions. You got angst and anxiety with your children, and you're all really broken at mate, and you're really dumb at mating, and you're really broken at mate. You're really, you've gone too far with the Bible and print. Broken at marriage ceremony. Yeah, legend of Jesus. And yeah, and he left you at the wedding feast of the Lamb. I'm gonna have to take him off the cross and fix the marriage ceremony all at once. I got it all laid out for you now. We have to do that. God questions that cult because you made yourselves up also. You have made up 100% of Earth history, cult on the internet. You made up your legend of keep going with Jesus. We're going to keep going with that one. You made it all up. It's a long, get rid of it legend. 6,000 year Earth never happened is where we need to turn it off at. Good cult on the internet, got questions.org. 6,000 year Earth never happened. Turn off at that. Be done and retire the book at that. 6,000 year Earth never happened. Now we have to put God back into it because 6,000 year Earth never happened. 1650, it was a legend. Because 6,000 year Earth is a legend in the year 2020 and you're a cult on the internet. It's only a newspaper article explaining God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. After that one single verse in the 1611 Bible, and then the 6 million in the books I've already invested in, and one Dead Sea Scroll fragment for Q377 that elaborated is only go to my website and there's nothing in your Bible but you're in hell. Nothing. Because you kept the Bible at legend. With the cult on the internet who can't accept reality. No. Nothing in the Bible but you kept it as legend. We kept the Bible too long at 6,000. That's only never going to happen and always going to remain unless we get rid of it at. And so I'm here to get rid of it at. Do the whole Bible all at once. Be done with it all at once. And go, God and Moses spoke face to face. And then take your time like I did and stitch it beside every single verse of the Bible. And then you might see reality. But for the time being, go to my website, www.seventhangelscroll.com. It's become a comical, my God, I have to actually keep track until the point in time that I publish. Because until the King James Version of the Bible is so different than anything you can imagine. It's you can't even see the King James Version of the Bible because you don't understand that it was a false deduction. So getting it out of its original false deductive point I came up with, it was falsely put together. And that's what the internet confirms. as you compare it with Matthew's Bible, with the Geneva Bible, and all of those. And the Zohar and so on. So 1859 legend and 1859 Apocrypha, 1890 Apocrypha Rajat. I like that one. That's my most favorite one. So this is 2020 legend in print. All Bibles in print. This is Jewish. You have a library now. God and Moses spoke face to face. Try again. Now we gotta get it out of print and tell you to never use it again. Because it's Jewish legend. With the cult that can't accept reality, now it broke you. Get the Bible out of print because you can't read it. Accept reality at that moment in time. What did the newspaper say about getting the Bible out of print today? Never tried, huh? It's a newspaper article. Hey guys, there's not 6,000 years of age, never has been. Didn't you learn that in school? That's why do you have this data? Who's taking care of this book? I'll take care of it for you. God went right here. God and Moses spoke face to face. He went right here, and God and Moses spoke face to face. That showed this man was albino, and with the Satan being your little demonic, stupid, sucking on your ungoetic cocks, preaching a legend from a sermon booth, the legend of a false Messiah, sucking on your demonics. You're using the medieval. Not a magic proofing legend of a sermon that's not there. You're an idiot. When I saw the multitudes, I wasn't there. Lost track of ancestral origin of writing. After that, went for a legend of a book in print. Book you got from the Jews in English, and you shouldn't have touched it. A story with God in it, and you say it's not for real. Get rid of it now. Get rid of the Jews at the same time. Way to go, guys. Is kind of how that one should come out. However, we already tried that and it didn't quite work out. And sorry about that, kids. So Dachau, Birkenau, I had some pictures. I will remind you what it was like because you got the Dead Sea Scrolls. God questions that cult on the internet. Let's read the Bible like this. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Let's see what this actually said to do with it. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Oh, there's a red letter legend that kind of hurts my eyes. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. I don't really need this book. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. There's nothing in here. God and Moses, there's a red letter legend. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends 2 whole times, and there turned out to be a red letter legend in this book. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. There's a red letter legend in this book we got to get rid of for you. God and Moses spoke face to face. Really? Are you sure about that? I can't read it. But there's a red letter legend that hurts my eyes. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. With the red letter legend of this book in print, you're in hell. This one says St. Mark. Yeah, okay. Or when was it written? Yeah. All of your date authorship and this shit's bullshit. You're all in hell. You lost ancestral origin writing, and you lost the ancestral origin of the authorship of these books. And you kept them as legend, and you didn't see how they went together. This itself is an English apocrypha. Got questions? Cult on the internet. As is your cult website. A weird one. They can't accept reality now for being a cult on the internet. It's probably because no one else goes behind that King James Version of the Bible and make sure it's correct. We've always known it's not for real. You see, you have to talk about it like that to get through the medieval 1611. Welcome to the LTO. You got a cult on the internet. Look through the Bible again. Look which verses made it work. Pat yourself on your great ape heads for evolving from great apes and having becoming old senile stupid. Wish you would train the monkeys how to type better. So got questions, cult on the internet. Turn off that because it's James Ussher. It's a medieval legend. Goes on a page like this. Turn off the Bible because it's a medieval legend. Got questions on a page like this. Just be done with it because at 6,000 didn't happen. There's nothing in your book to talk about. Except the legend of Jesus, how you can't even see reality through anything now. It's such a tightly bound, it's such a crazy legend that is so beautiful that we got to set this aside for 1,000 years and say no more use of because of wow, how did we keep it like that for so long, so tightly bound, so perfectly sealed to nothing, nothing a legend. Wow, you can't turn the Bible off. Why not? Why can't we get rid of this thing at 6,000? It's never been, huh, guys? Huh? Why can't we do that? Why can't we get a cult to shut off? It's always been 6,000. It's never been 6,000. It's always been 6,000. It's now what happened to my magic proof furries? Come on, guys, stand up. You got a cult on the internet. You grew up from great apes. Good job from 1859 with theory to say no more of. And explain a flat earth legend, young earth retention point is actually a pretty good description for this psychoanalysis of a cult on the internet, flat earth, young earth at the same time. That's a weird one, 1859. That must have been a pretty hard era. Yeah, you have TV now. Good job. Got the legend. Got the internet now. C++ didn't make sense to you, I guess, because you didn't learn it in school. I was 13 when I started programming basic. Shit. 280x 286 with my orange monochrome monitor. Robert, great ape. Robert, great ape. Yeah, I took about the Bible and found out you followed a legend. 1859 legend, you grew up from great ape. Please stop. You train your great apes how to ride at the zoo again and see if they learn to pick the locks. and prove the theory that way. And I don't care. You miscalculated all of your fossil records, is what you did. And then depicted in a struggle for life that didn't exist. And you dumbed it down to the point that it was acceptably brutal legend of cave people that aren't for real, sort of depicting a struggle in life that doesn't exist, and not depicting yourselves as becoming less and less endowed with reason, sentient consciousness. Got questions? Are cult. I'm not even beginning to joke at that statement. You have had the Bible invalid for so long that your competency for awareness goes from up here to down here, and how dumb you became from about 12th century to how dumb you depicted the 12th century, because you put all your 12th century record into the legend of, hey, we're beating each other with cave paintings, and we're painting on cave painting walls, rather than taking care of the written language that you got in 4000 BC. You kept this very, very, very self-induced struggle, keeping a legend of the Bible. Got questions? Cult. Psychologically, sociologically, and phonetically, and in every way. You kept a blind fossil record legend of you can't turn off a cult with the fossil record that's for real now. You kept that. Got questions? Cult. You have that scientifically. You have a we know shit's old, but we don't know that the Bible's invalid at the same time. You've had that since the year 1890 at the same time. Everything went like at the same time. And around the year 1903, when you're just getting just mature enough to actually accomplish something in the world, you then go with nothing. About the year 1903, you should have stopped using the Bible. Got questions? Cult. In world history to not arrive at where you're at today. That says backwards, yeah, that's kind of the best I got. We were in hell. Yeah, it's not the best I got. It's I actually know what I'm talking about. You are following a legend of time you need to turn off. You've been following a medieval legend the entire history of the composition of the book and how you teach it. You've followed a medieval legend the entire Bible. It's time to turn it off for 1611 through to the year 2020. You followed a medieval legend, turn the Bible off. That go to my website, www.7thing'll You followed the medieval legend without God. A Jewish medieval legend without God. We're cast to having a book in print that shouldn't have been. James Ussher had it for some reason during that era. Not for some reason. During that era and before. And the 50 years after. Yeah. From 4000 BC to 0. 200 AD. 400 AD. Got the Bible. Sort of. 0. We don't know when that was. 0. Is Jesus for real? Can we use him as a 0 point? We did it. Why? 0. Legend of Jesus. 0. You have no calendar because you couldn't trust the Bible and the church. And in the year 2020, you have a 2020 cult that can't accept reality for the Kennewick Man 9,200-year-old fossil remain a delusional disorder on this internet. In the year 2020, can't turn them off and accept reality for them. Why can't science do that for them, huh, guys? Are you not publishing good stuff? What's going on? So in 1859, you the theory to turn off, and you're over $28 trillion in debt. You're all in hell. At the same time as the Bible to get rid of because of the theory. So they put it together, and you just didn't keep track of the James Ussher chronology in the Bible itself. That was medieval invalid. So in 1976, when you have the invalid New American Standard version of the Bible, my Chromebook is on top of it, and I got the Google Easter egg. Well, with my first, and I'm on my third now, and the great apes never invented writing for any good reasons. You just know a really weird model Earth history that didn't work out for the Bible. Because all Earth history is in all of the Bible. However, really only all Earth history up until the point of Adam and Eve being expelled in the Garden of Eden is actually in the Bible. The point of the cross is 4000 BC, not 0. Got questions called on the internet. The point of the cross in Earth history, the way to calculate Earth history properly with the Bible in print, and how long it's been in print invalid at, the invalid story of Jesus is 4000 BC. 5000 BC was for real because of invalid story of 4000 BC Jesus. We can't keep up to October 23, 4004 BC. Is that for real? Is 3760 for real? We're following a Jewish legend. It's not for real. We're following a legend of a Jesus guy on a cross. It's not for real. Oh, watch out for Christian churches. You're following a Jewish legend. That's not for real. No, Jewish legend. That's not for real. And I'm in trouble about that time. About time to go to bed. But smoke some pot. You need to. Third eye self-hypnosis. Learn how to do that whenever you say a prayer. Don't even pray to God because you don't even know how to let gravity work and let observation do its job. And you don't know how to come to any conclusives, so you got to get rid of the Bible at that. And you don't know how to read words, so you got to get rid of the Bible at that. Well, I speak to you. God and Moses spoke face to face. Whether or not you like to admit it, that's what the Bible said. And that's the only way to interpret the Bible. The only way. So since 2006, figuring out the Bible is a legend, all I had to do when I get back, okay, now I have to go back through everything and say, God and Moses spoke face to face, this line meant that. That's all that's left to do. And yeah, I've written like 200,000 pages to make this up. Nothing. Nothing in the Bible because it's a medieval legend. Medieval legend. You lost the age of the earth with it, using it wrong. Nothing in the Bible, but it is itself a medieval legend because you lost the age of the earth with it. There's nothing in there but a legend of Jesus. Got questions or cult on the internet. Nothing in Bible because the legend of Jesus that you're keeping. Get rid of him and put God back and get rid of Jesus. He's the Latin, Greek, English legend. Nothing in Bible at Jesus. Nothing in Bible because the rest of the Bible you can't read it but Jesus. get Jesus out and go, I didn't want him there. And he was the legend part, and he made everything else go, I can't read it because you're a Christian or something like that, and you never knew how to read the Bible. It's Latin, Greek, English legend at that. And he was, you're dumb. Give them a book they can't read. Hebrew. The letter Hey is says God. Are we at the? When did I title this? Did I do the sixth and seventh books of Moses? I was reading from the sixth and seventh books of Moses. That's the and come on, okay, people are posting on young Earth creationism, magic proofing group. That's kind of funny. Ussher chronology. Okay, yeah. So here, this is where it was. Oh, yeah, we were totally wrong at even keeping the Bible at. The chronology is sometimes called the Ussher Lightfoot chronology. So let's look at that, because John Lightfoot published similar, but 1642 through 1644. So what we have different here is the 4004 and 3920, and arrange, and then a bunch of proposed days. Yay! Differed little from other biblical based estimates. So let's do it like this. Sir Isaac Newton, he's the only one we can use easily. I want to be lazy. Let's check. Let's check to see when he was born, because we have to do it like this. Oh, Isaac Newton, when were you born, little buddy? Yeah, the white clover cocoa. Let's look at him right here. Made from the white cliffs of Dover. Isaac Newton, born in January 4th. Now, what date did that go with James Ussher? He died on March 31st, 1727. How'd that go with James Ussher's birthday? How'd that go? And he's a mathematician, so I'll add this up to you. January 1st, 4th is the same. And March 31st is 10 days after, if you knew anything. But you forgot that on July 1st, 1899, the Gideon Apocrypha came into existence and is still here today. And we got to get rid of you. I call that the Gideon Apocrypha also. GoQuestions.org. Get rid of the Bible, all of it. I'm Ben David. Get rid of the whole Bible because we got a cult on the internet and there's only 2 verses in the Bible. Otherwise, go to my website and get rid of it at that. You don't need this any longer on this. The legend of Jesus. You don't want to. It's to get rid of you and go away. Get rid of it. It's my book now. Let me show God's heroin stash over there. The one I was reading. I'll go grab that. But I want to smoke some pot first. I got it. There it is. Wow. Open up your third eye, and it's not like get stoned. Oh, you're really stupid like this. Teaching a legend of Jesus in 1611 still. Wow. Your Bible is in that way. I have to set the hip connector. Yeah, you're too dumb. You need brown paper bags on your. That's why you don't have. That's why my job is you had me at Bark because it's the coronavirus one. Yeah, I have me at Bark.